Hello and welcome. Gujarat Titans won the toss and they decided let's put the Chennai Super Kings in. At the moment, 206 is what Chennai has got, so doesn't seem to be the right decision. It was a tricky decision to begin with. You wouldn't know what would be the right decision, but 206, once you've got that on the board, you'd have to say advantage to the team that's done it. Good bowling attack for Gujarat. We had discussed that earlier. But that notwithstanding, Shivam Dube has got to be the star performer. Though there are 46 for both the other openers in Rachin Ravindra as well as Ruturaj Gaikwad. Rachin Ravindra, though the more impactful of the two, the way he started. And then Dube chipping in with 51 at a strike rate of 221. Absolutely insane numbers. That reminds me, where are we in terms of our predictions?
I was closest. I said 195, but even that's not much solace. It's 11 runs off.
Yeah. I was 180. I don't know.
I was around that mark also, yeah. 185, I think I projected.
206. Why? Because I wasn't sure about the pitch. That's for sure. It didn't seem like a belter at that time. All the reports also coming on from Chepauk was that I wasn't too sure, but some outstanding hitting. Let's start with the openers. Rachin Ravindra wouldn't have been a regular starter had it been for Devin Conway not being available. That's why he's gotten that start. But now making that position his own. Ruturaj Gaikwad, lucky Baga, dropped on a dart but made full use of it.
But even then, I think 2 knocks now with Ruturaj, and this is a problem some people would point out last year as well. He can make up for his strike rate, but tends to be a weirdly slow starter for some reason. I have no idea why. At one point, he was like 1 of 5 or something like that. And considering you're batting in the power play, and we know how good a batter he is, he needs to be making better use of that. Last year also, there were a few times when Conway would bail him out in that regard because he'd give the aggro and then Gaikwad would bat deeper. Same thing happened here. Rachin was the aggressor. It was only Rachin Ravindra who was the aggressor.
The Omarzai experiment not really working out.
No, to be fair, there was not one bowler today who comes out. I mean, even a Spencer Johnson got tonked in his last over, and he's probably the most economical bowler going at 8.8.
Look at Rashid. How many times would you see Rashid picking up 2 wickets but giving away 50 odd runs? Yeah, 49 runs.
One off his half century.
Yeah. So that's to tell you, yes, there was some genuine hitting that you saw from the opposition camp happen today, and none of the bowlers were spared.
Is it the most expensive spell he's ever bowled?
No, I think he's been expensive than that also.
It's quite possible this will be up there. I don't know.
I think so.
I can't remember.
Interesting. Let's see.
It'll be interesting to find out. I doubt he would have bowled a more expensive spell in IPL at least. I can't think of.
Yeah, internationally, there have been times he's been taken to the cleaners.
Yeah, I'm sure, and it's tough to track all international matches, right? But IPL, because you do every game, I can't think of. Even Umesh Yadav, for that matter, is giving a go, and I know that Gujarat is a team much like Chennai, who will give a long rope to most of their players, and GT tend to do that. So Umesh will get that chance, but today only utilized him for 2 overs. Sai Kishore, again, actually nobody.
See, Sai Kishore they removed as soon as Dube came on. Not a favourable matchup. You've got a left-hander who tonks spinners, and then you're throwing a left-arm orthodox against him is just asking for trouble. He made Rashid Khan seem ordinary. I mean, first 2 balls he comes on 6-6. Yeah. Rashid Khan, back-to-back sixes.
Most expensive over against Punjab Kings in 2019, 4 overs for 54 for 0.
Ooh. Okay, 4 overs, 54 for 0. Most expensive by Rashid in IPL. Thank you for that.
Oh, so it's right up there though, but my
right
God.
Up there, but not the most expensive. Punjab Kings.
KL Rahul probably 2019, yeah, KL Rahul.
Possibly, yeah.
Maybe even a Chris Gale. Maybe that's who got him. Huh.
Possible. Everyone's waiting for MS Dhoni to come out and bat. Does not.
And every time we knew he wasn't coming out to bat because Chennai was rather sedate.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think once Dube went, I'm like, okay, now maybe is the time. Rizvi goes, I'm like, surely now? But no. It's just one player after the other. Cameras are panning to Thala with his helmet on. And I'm like, what's he got his helmet on for? There's 1 ball left.
Yeah.
What exactly is going to do with that helmet?
But that time he wasn't even in dugout, he was upstairs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you usually expect the batter to be batting next, to be there in the dugout. At least where Thala was there, he was chilling, and then doesn't turn up. But you knew that wicket fell again. There's only one wicket or that one instance when CSK are batting that there is loud cheers for a wicket to fall. And it didn't happen. It is mostly the wicket of Ravindra Jadeja though.
I mean, he acknowledged as much last year.
Yeah, that's what he said in one of the interviews. So
He said, when I get out, people are cheering because Dhoni is coming out.
Dhoni is coming. So that didn't happen.
I'm not liking his hairstyle.
You're not?
Yeah, I'm not either. I don't like that hairstyle. I got into a lot of trouble upstairs with some of our Sports.tak colleagues for saying that I didn't like that hairstyle. They're like, but it's retro. And I'm like, just because it's retro doesn't mean it's good. I never liked it back then. I don't like it now.
See, he's the perfect script writer. He knows how he arrived at the scene and he knows how he wants to walk away from it. So
By not batting.
that's part of the script, let's say. I think he knows that.
But to be fair, I mean, look at they send Samir Rizvi in. Imagine how many young batters would attack. First ball of a Rashid Khan, smash him for a 6, and then smash him for another 6 in the same over. It's the young, and now you can understand why they paid that big buck for Samir Rizvi in the auction. He can also chip in with a few overs, but it's his big hitting that clearly attracted them, doing the job, sending him out. And I think what this is one thing that you look at the Chennai batting lineup and it really stares you in the face, is that they've got, their skyline is one guy would be very high strike rate, then low, high strike. But what that does is really balances it out. So for Ruturaj Gaikwad, there's a Rachin Ravindra who's going to go 200 plus, so Ruturaj can play 120, whatever, 110. Then between Ajinkya Rahane, Shivam Dube, again the same thing. One will play, though Ajinkya Rahane last season was different, this season 2 games not really turned out the way you would have hoped. But you got a Shivam Dube. For a Daryl Mitchell, you've got a Samir Rizvi.
And a Jadeja who came on.
For?
Well, he chipped in for Rizvi's quota, no? Only 14 runs, so 21 runs of what?
Not quota, I'm talking about strike rate.
Yeah, but see, 21 runs of 9 balls combined kind of counteracts the 24 of 20 by Mitchell.
Fair. It does, but as I said, one for each guy. They're doing it alternatively. So for Ruturaj, there's Rachin Ravindra. For Ajinkya, there's Dube. For Daryl Mitchell, there's Samir Rizvi. For Ravindra Jadeja,
there's a Dhoni who didn't bat. Thala for a reason.
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe.
I think the Chennai crowd were looking forward to that. Getting to see Thala bat once again, but it didn't happen.
It's going to be rare this time. This move by CSK also tells you, see, it's a transition year for them. They've already made that big call of making that transition in terms of captaincy. This also is part of the transition process. They need to find a new finisher. They need to find somebody who can get the job done right towards the end for them. And maybe this is also part of that whole process to send Samir Rizvi into these positions. He comes in with that reputation. Remember, somebody who was picked basis his performances in a local UP T20 league.
And MSB the super sub comes on for wicket keeping.
See, there are people out there saying that you may not see Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Kevin Peterson said it, maybe you will not see Mahendra Singh Dhoni be involved in all of the games this year. Chris Gayle, beg your pardon. Chris Gayle said that.
I don't think resting him in that regard, but I do think you're going to see him bat a lot less now. I mean, come on, they've sent out Rizvi, Jadeja, everyone possible. At this point, I was half expecting that Deepak Chahar would be the next one in case of
and let's be honest, besides the optics of it, I think from a cricketing point of view, from CSK's point of view, it is good that they did this decision, made this decision as well, and sent somebody like a Rizvi ahead of a Dhoni, because it's got to happen now.
But did CSK take the decision or Dhoni take that?
Combined decision.
It's one and the same.
It's synonymous.
You said you go. You go and bat.
I don't want to bat. You go.
Okay, what do you reckon anyway? Gujarat got a good batting lineup. Paddington number.
What was it? Rizvi telling Fleming, tell Mahi.
I have the fire. Have the fire.
I'm going ahead. I know Rashid better.
Well, at least the way he batted did seem like that.
Yeah.
Well, Dhoni, I think in his entire career has a boundary or two against Rashid. Let's be honest about that.
That's true.
Yes, those are his numbers against Rashid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Solitary boundary, I think, in fact.
Smart choice then. What happens?
See, GT have a task in their hands because again, I even if the pitch plays exactly this way, great batting lineup. There's no two ways about it. But 600 or the 200 odd you're chasing, it's never easy. Always the pressure is going to be on you. You need to be taking the initiative from ball one. I don't know. Let's still stick with CSK.
I'll stick with my prediction of GT winning this because I have a feeling if somebody like a Rashid can be punished, so can the CSK bowlers who, and remember, CSK spin attack we were talking about doesn't give you the kind of confidence that the GT spin attack does. And let's not forget that there are pacers in that lineup which can be hit and miss at times. A Tushar Deshpande, you don't know, he could be the bowler who gives away 45-50 runs or even more for all you know. So I still think given that it's been a true batting surface, it's aided the batters, I think GT are in the game.
I'm sticking with my earlier prediction, though the runs didn't quite pan out the way I thought. I thought 180-ish kind of total. Though actually, to be fair, the way Chennai were going, I expected them to get to 220. Actually, they were in a position to get to 220. Gujarat did a decent job to ensure that it's just about 200. Because, with so many wickets in hand, you're cruising, almost touching 200 with 3 down.
Yeah.
You could have...
I mean, they brought up their 100 before the halfway mark of the innings. They had 9 odd overs.
69 in the power play itself.
Exactly.
69.
All of that is a platform for 220.
Yeah.
So the fact that they didn't get to 220, I'd say GT
They
deserves some
were
credit.
operating at 10 and over around the 12th, 13th over mark, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
From that point, so that's more than 50% of the innings done. You're looking at a surge from that point on, regardless of where you are in the match. From that point on, 10, so they've roughly finished with around 10 and over.
We're saying that only batting like that 12-13 over, that's when Dube comes in around that time and smashes a 20-odd ball 50. But I guess Daryl Mitchell...
But Daryl Mitchell then,
Daryl Mitchell, Rahane, even Gaikwad, I will put a little bit more blame on the skipper because again, you've got the power play overs. And if you're batting at a strike rate of under 100 at that point in time, contrary to what Rizvi says that, if you have 15 or 15 in the power play, then that's showing intent. It ain't. It ain't showing intent. That's 2 games now where his intent in the power plays has been a problem. It's been a problem.
People might wonder, listening to us, that, team gets 206 and you're questioning their approach. But truth be told, this seems like a good deck to bat on. Smaller boundaries. I saw the ball fly. Gaikwad, I remember, just touched one ball, raced to the offside boundary. So it'll be tough to stop the flow of runs. But I'm still sticking to my earlier prediction. I'm still going with CSK winning. I think their experience, just that winning mentality that CSK have.
Is that their
yes,
impact
that's
sub
Matisha
that we
Pathanama,
also
and
thought would be the
Shivam
case?
Dube, I think, is sitting out.
Is sitting out. And
Dube, I think, mostly because he's not been 100% fit, I think. Right?
Yeah, plus I remember even last year
also,
they barely bowled him.
an
But they
over
didn't
to-
bowl him, sorry.
He's known to drop a catches or 2.
That too.
Maybe that's why not bringing him on.
I mean, to
Well,
be
but
fair,
Thikshana by that logic shouldn't be making the side.
but he
given-
didn't.
but
So
he
that
did
two
in the
weakest
previous
fielders.
match, yeah.
No, but Thikshana then is your bowler, right?
Yeah.
So he'll need to be at the bowling time. With Dube, you can do away. Though last season they did use him an over or 2 here and there.
Very
This time,
rare.
Completely not going to.
In totality, 4, 5, 6 overs at best, I think he bowled the entire
Maybe
season.
quick comments before we wind up. Pawan's enjoying our show so much he's forgotten. Okay, Piyush Nandre says CSK will win by 50 plus runs. Varun Parvataneni has a good question. Has Dube presented his case for T20 World Cup? I wanted to answer that question, but we'll do it in the post-match show. That'll make for a good discussion. Naman Kandpal, is Jadeja the right guy at number 7? Don't get me wrong, he's a good bat, but he's not as explosive as the others. Well, today you can't
Yeah, I mean,
question it, doubt it.
no, and to be fair, this is the same Ravindra Jadeja who last time around in the final, you needed 10 runs of 2 balls, got you a 6 and a 4.
Yeah.
So Jadeja can do that. There's no reason to doubt him in that regard, none whatsoever.
Yeah, completely agree. Just slightly up. Yeah, okay. Sarat Chandra Yalamarti wants to know, Nikhil sir, is Hardik confirmed as vice captain. If Dube performs with ball 2, then Hardik plays in danger. Why Dube is benched?
Because fitness.
Same question we'll try and answer post innings. Prakash Jha says Rachin has something in him. Being World Cup, Test, IPL, everything.
I mean, to be fair, he's had a meteoric rise. He
Yeah.
came into the World Cup a complete and absolute nobody. No one had any idea who this guy was. Has a great World Cup, does well in the WTC games that they played. Phenomenal.
Yep. Ashish Dhar says CSK winning by 10 runs. Dube looks like UV. We've said that in the past.
Yes,
Does
yes,
anybody
yes,
in
yes.
England look like Flintoff? Repeat of 2000. But he does look like UV. We've said that.
I don't know if anyone looks like Flintoff, but does anyone that look like Broad? No. That would be,
Commentary.
yeah. For some reason, why would you have someone who's never played the IPL do IPL? Didn't understand that. Or to be fair, he was picked by Punjab Kings, never played a game. 2 seasons.
Yeah. Okay. See you. End of the match. Take care. Bye bye.